Hello, and a Merry Creepmas to you all. As you can probably tell, I am so excited. Did I get overly carried away with this project? Yes. Did this take me all week? Also yes. Am I obsessed? Oh my god, yes. Am I going to make a lot more and cover my entire tree with these next year? Absolutely yes. Now anyways, what I'm doing is I've just taken a silver chrome powder and I am popping it into the hanger part of the bauble at the top with my brush. I'm going back in and proper burnishing that in. I really want a lovely shine. I was not having a very good hand day. I did try tidying up the best as I could. None of them are even, so I'm just going to put that out there. But do you know what? It doesn't take away from the final effect, spoiler alert. I'm then using Let's Resin chameleon powders, and I'm going to use them on these two, I'm going to call them like ornament silicone moulds. I don't really know what they're supposed to be for, and I can't tell you where they're from because I actually bought them off in a bundle off of Facebook. So all I'm doing is going in with the plum and I am burnishing that in and whacking it on my silicone mould to try and get rid of all of the excess. I want to use these two moths as well, so I'm going in with the plum on one of the moths just to try and coordinate my colours, and I am really burnishing it in. Now I have got this silicone mould from Dennis at Resin Supplies Den. Oh my goodness, is this beautiful to work with, and are the possibilities endless. I have got so many ideas. Keep a lookout for this mould again. So now I'm going in with the olive. Might be the olive. I think it is. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that. But I'm going in with this now and I'm just burnishing this into the other potion bottles. I am going to go in and fill up the rest of the potion bottles with other chameleon powders just because I might as well use them all whilst I'm going. But those are the ones that I really wanted. I'm then going in with the chameleon again on the moth. This is the sheer amount of mess from banging all of the moulds out onto my mat. I am using polyurethane resin from DWR Plastics simply because I'm impatient and I was so excited. Yes, I could have done this in epoxy resin. However, I wanted to do it and I wanted to do it now. So I'm also really limited on time during the week due to children. So this stuff, however, gives you heart palpitations. Now, if you have anxiety, this stuff is not for the weak. I should not have mixed this much up in one go. I could feel it heating in my hand and I started to panic. It gets messier. Like, it started off so tidy and it just got messier and messier, and then by this point I'm like, oh my goodness, it's getting hard, quick, just pour it into something. And obviously these ones are bigger, so they're a little bit easier to pour into. Did not think this through, really did not. Now as you can see, there is a lot of mess and I didn't quite fill any of the moulds towards the end, so I have had to go back and make another batch. This is the pure mess that I created. However, the one thing I do absolutely love is you can demold this after 30 minutes and the overpour just snaps off. Like, it's fabulous. No trimming, no sanding required. It is beautiful to work with. I did continue to faff and break off the overspill. I then remembered that I am on camera. So I just demolded and was like, I will sort that out afterwards. These chameleon powders from Let's Resin are beautiful. They really are. The camera does not do them justice at all. So yeah, I've just demolded. I do then tidy up off camera. In the second lot of polyurethane, I made too much, so I did end up pouring my baubles in polyurethane as well. This mould is from Moulds and Shapes. I've then got some Vida Rosa UV resin. Not a fan of this resin, but I've got some left and I don't like waste, and this was the perfect project for it. So I've added some Marabou Sparkle and I will add a tiny bit of black translucent think. Pigment dye. I think it's translucent. I think that's the word. I'm not sure. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to create sort of like a swirly potion effect on top of these potion bottles. So I'm not mixing that the whole way in. Now, the reason I don't mind using this Vida Rosa UV for this project is because if there are bubbles, I am not bothered because it's a potion. It's supposed to look like a potion liquid. I do really struggle with the Vida Rosa and the amount of bubbles that comes in that UV. I have then just proceeded to do this exact effect on every single potion bottle, and I love it. I am so happy with how these little potions turned out. I did start to add some extra black in, which in hindsight was a mistake. You will see why very, very shortly. Should not have done this step at all, as beautiful as it looks. But you know, hindsight. So then on the moths, you did see the butterflies there as well. I'm just taking some Pebeo black. I'm sure it's like a sparkly black. Just to fill in the indentations in these moths. I do use the butterflies, but not for this project. They are going on another project I've got on the side. I just rub it in with my finger to get the paint in every single nook and cranny. And then I just wipe off the excess off the top. Once it's dried, I do go back and just tidy it up again. I don't film that because I don't think you need to see me wiping it again. I don't have rub and buff. So we're going back to, this is the three-eyed cat. So I am using my chrome marker and then I'm just dipping it on my finger and I don't have a technical word for that. Rubbing it on, rub and buff. I have created my own rub and buff because I haven't quite had the funds for rub and buff yet. It's on my wish list. Hopefully Santa listens. So I'm just going over some of the high points, the parts that I want to highlight within the cat. The camera does not pick it up very well. So yeah, I've then, you can see now why I shouldn't have added as much black as I did. But you know, hindsight and all that jazz. I'm then just taking my chrome marker and I am filling in the stoppers. I get a bit heavy-handed, so we just colour the whole lot bit in. The whole stem bit in. And I don't end up liking this anyway, so I do end up going back over it with brown. But actually, it did add to the effect. It gave it a really beautiful texture when I went over it in brown. I would just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to those of you that have subscribed to my channel already. I can't believe people want to subscribe and see my stuff. And this is also a part of 2 collaborations today. Merry Creepmas, organised by Lula over at Nerd Goblin Art, and also part of the Friendship Express. I will put the playlist link for both collaborations down in my description box below. Now, for the baubles, I did try multiple things. I tried freehand. My hands at the moment, I'm really struggling with the cold. I've got arthritis, so my freehand just was not on point. I found some of my silk screens. Words would help. And I have gone in on 3 of the baubles using this silk screen. Oh, the results, like, honestly, okay, there's some smudges, but they do tidy up so well. I love it. I really do love this pattern. So this one isn't a sticky one. I've wet it to stick it. I then use this silk screen, which is a sticky one, and I take the skull part that I want right in the centre of one of the baubles, and I then just stick the other ones onto some other bits of pattern, so they've all got pattern too. And I do the same thing. I just swipe the paint down over it so that it is fully covered. Silk screens are beautiful to work with, especially on resin, and it's a really nice way to achieve a clean effect. Sometimes you do have to wipe it off and start again. However, that's not really an issue. It's neither here nor there. It can be frustrating wasting the paint, but the outcome of these is lovely. Like, I find it quite therapeutic as well, just sat there swiping paint. it's also so satisfying to peel these off. Like, just look, I could not freehand that, especially not on a day like today. I could not freehand that at all. But just, I love them. I'm then back to my potion bottles. I'm really sorry that this jumps around so much, but I have recorded this and put it in the video in the order that I actually did everything. I've then taken some twine and my Gorilla Glue. I'm not going to torture you showing you every single one of these. And I've put it on just so that it's got that sort of like twine wrapped effect on it. I was going to wrap them, and then I thought then I can't stick them down because it's going to have excess on the back, which won't allow them to be laid flat. So yes, it looks messy right now, but I do go back in and I trim them up so that it sits around the neck of the bottles. And I love how it's come out. Like, honestly, this extra step, it was fiddly and it probably took me about half an hour. But just look. Then I've got these amazing UV DTF stickers. These are from Amanda Togood over at Resin Supplies Den. And just look at them. And they stick and they peel like a dream. Like, these are beautiful to work with, and the quality is just second to none. Like, yeah, I will be ordering a lot more because I've got a lot more projects that I want to be doing with these little bottles. But yeah, just, I don't bring you every single one, but yeah, look, just look. Sorry, I'm far too excited and I'm just admiring these potion bottles. Honestly, I love them. I love them so much. Yes. Anyway, sorry. Then come the hard part. Like, I loved these so much. My original plan was to layer them with all of the other bits that you've seen me making. But I didn't want to put anything on top of these beautiful patterns. So I was so torn. And I kept rearranging and thinking and rearranging and thinking. And I was like, I don't know. So what I have done is since making this video, I have now gone back and made some more just with these patterns on, so that I've got some of the plain and I have some with the built up layers. Yeah, I deliberated over what should go where for far too long. I've even got finger tap. Oh my goodness. I definitely spent a lot longer than I care to admit on placement of where everything should go on these baubles. However, like I said, I have now made more and I will be making a lot more. My tree is going to be covered next Christmas, like absolutely covered. So yeah, I do spend a very long time fiddling and changing, and it was worth it. Like, honest, sometimes you just have to keep going until you're happy. And this is the final sort of layout that I ended up going for. You have to ignore the little extra potion bottles to the side. I'm very limited on my craft space. I then use 5-minute epoxy. I love this Gorilla one because it squeezes at the same time, so I know that it's coming out the same. So I don't have to measure anything or guesstimate and then panic that it's not going to set. So I just use this to go along the back of the 3-eyed cat, my bat, and all of my potion bottles, just to stick them on. Because by this point, if I did anything that took longer, I think I'd probably have changed my mind. And yeah, so this way it was stuck, done, finished. This stuff, I just wanted to give myself anxiety this week, obviously. Between this and polyurethane, like, my heart cannot take it. I'm going to have to slow down on the coffees because my heart palpitations this week have been ridiculous from the anxiety of all of these things. But here is the final product. I am so happy with how they've turned out. And yeah, like, I have got my Creepmas spirit massively. Like, this is me. This is all of the things I love. Oh, yes, that's all I've got. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of your time. If you have enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing. It's free for you, but it helps my channel. Likes and comments are greatly appreciated. But thank you all so much, and thank you to the organisers of both collaborations. And I will say goodbye for now and see you in the next one.